Alright guys, so I figured since we were sort of on a Asian colubrid kick, I'd talk a little bit about these dione rats. So this is another Asian species. They have a massive range. This is one of my females actually. She's an adult. She's actually proven. I have her lone baby here as well. These came from my buddy Dr. Zach Elaphe of Colubrid and Colubroid Radio. So this is a Beijing female. I don't know if you can really see her colors. Might be a little blown out. So this is one of my trio. The other two are Siberian, and so these guys have a absolutely massive range. Like literally, one side of like Asia, like literally coast, almost to coast across Asia and Europe, like a northern band kind of deal. Awesome snakes. They come in a lot of different colors. So this girl has like a really nice sort of mahogany red. I don't really handle them much, so they are a little wiry, but they're really interesting because they have like they look almost like a garter snake in terms of pattern. They have sort of the eyes and face of like a gonyosoma, but the head stamp of like a corn snake. So they're kind of an odd snake, but they are very cool. They don't get very big. So like I said, this is an adult female. I'll show the Siberians as well. Smaller snakes, they do chill out pretty well. This girl's a little spazzy. I mean, she's calm right now, but usually they don't really want anything to do with me, so. They are very pretty though. Like I said, this girl has a nice sort of deep brick red that you cannot see. Yeah, this kind of washes her out a little bit, but like I said, sort of this weird pattern like a garter snake, but they're smooth, really nice stripes. I'm keeping these guys in sort of a V70 equivalent at the moment, which works perfectly for them. They are not on heat, but I do give them, so they stay at the ambient temperature of the room, which for me stays about in the upper 70s. I give them humid hides. You can get these containers from Walmart, cut a hole in the top, throw some spag in there, dampen it, and they love these things. They really like to use these a lot. Give them multiple hides. They eat mice, no problem. They're actually pretty strong feeders. In fact, they get a little crazy. And I just keep them on sort of the standard, this KT bedding I've been really liking a lot. So really easy snakes to keep. Personality-wise, like I said, they are and can be pretty mellow. Because I don't really play with mine a whole lot, they're a little high-strung. This is the Siberian female. As you can tell, she's a different color. She's a little bit more like this pinkish deal. Don't. They look almost like the beauties, almost like if you trunk them down and if you would combine the beauty with the garter snake, this is kind of what you get. So this girl's like a Siberian variety, much different from the Chinese girl you just saw. A lot lighter, much more of like a mossy greenish color with some weird sort of peach apricot colors to her. And again, this is an adult girl. I got a clutch of slugs from her not long after I received her because Zach had paired her with the male, which I'm about to pull out. So nothing happened there, but I'm planning on cooling them this year and trying again. He's more excitable than the females are for sure. So this is the male. As you can see, considerably smaller than the female. Still, this is an adult. He is a proven breeder, and he's got awesome colors too. And these guys, when they strike, it's kind of funny because it's almost like a viper strike. It's a very short, quick sort of burst, almost like you'd see out of an Echistrodon or copperhead or cottonmouth. He's gorgeous. When he sheds, man, he's almost pink. Like these awesome fiery oranges and reds. Not reds, but pinks. And this is the male Siberian as well. And from what I'm told, this male and that Siberian female are the only Siberians in the country that we're aware of. So I'm anxious to breed them and let them do their thing. Again, he produced the lone baby that came from this girl. Yeah, so this is the lone baby from the Siberian Beijing cross. But this species, like I said, I wouldn't really necessarily even say they're crosses. They have a massive range. Come here. He just ate yesterday, so I really don't want to play with them too much. But again, little humid hide, water bowl, same setup as the adults. The baby uses the humid hide all the time. Seems like they get started on mice pretty easily with very little effort. So breeding these guys is actually really interesting. And a book I recommend from my buddy Dr. Kevin Messenger, the Asian rat snakes and kin of Greater China, which also talks about rhino rats, which if you just saw the last video, I did a video on those. He talks about all the different species of rat snakes that occupy sort of the general China region, but he talks about diones in particular, as well as bimaculata, which are very closely related species. But so I don't get the numbers mixed up, these guys are really interesting because they hold on to eggs for a long time, and then they drop them, and then they hatch shortly after that. So it's it's very different actually from what we're used to here with North American or even some of the more tropical species. The gestation period for diones is 58 to 89 days, and then the eggs incubate for 15 to 38 days, and then they hatch. So it's kind of strange. Like they drop the eggs, and then almost immediately do they hatch shortly after, which is something that's very, very unique compared to other rat snakes that we're aware of. Let me see if I can find yeah. So you can see right here, the range is massive. I'm talking like coast to coast. It's really, really wild. So they come in a ton of different varieties of color. There's some that are all black. There's like a melanistic phase. There's some stripes. There's reds. Highly variable. They're really cool snakes. But definitely check out this book if you haven't yet. Hunt it down. Talks about mandarin rats, rhino rats, other Gonyosoma, other species of Elaphe. Bimaculata talks about beauty snakes, bamboo rats. I can't recommend this book enough. Kevin's awesome. He even signed this copy for me, which I thought was great. Care is really easy. I don't give these guys heat. They stay at whatever temperature the room is, mid to upper 70s. I think they could even get cooler than that and they'd be fine. I do consider these to be another sort of montane species that doesn't need a ton of heat, doesn't need a lot. These guys are in their own rack that doesn't have heat. Eat mice, no problem. Can't recommend them enough. So if you see them, give them a shot. My experience with them so far has been positive. I enjoy them. They're fun. They're cool, interesting, unique snakes. I feel like there's a lot of species in that sort of Chinese region that don't get a whole lot of attention and get overlooked a lot. And I think there's a lot of potential with these guys in terms of like all the variation in colors and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens in the future. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please drop them below. And until next time.